Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
This senior men's club is going into the oil business. At the time when oil is like $95 a barrel, we're going to make some money here. No, this is the Ambridge Senior High School Steel Drum Band, and I think this is the 4th time you guys have been here now. It's been about 3.5 years, I think, last time. Steel drums, where did they come from? Well, back in the day when the slaves came from Africa, they brought a lot of different instruments, including drums. The banjo we got from Africa. About 1930, when petroleum started up down in Trinidad and Tobago, they just cast these old drums, 55-gallon drums aside. Well, they made musical instruments out of them, and today we've got the steel drum band, led by Maestro Todd Hartman. He is, how long have you been with the high school?
26 years, actually 23 at the high school, 26 total.
Formerly with the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra as a percussionist.
Well, I was taught by symphony members.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't have quite right. Anyway,
I never made it that far.
I don't want to take any more time. These young people have given up their school time. Oh, darn.
I really had to twist their arms.
Yeah, I really would. Anyway, so the Ambridge Senior High School Steel Drum Band.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you, under the direction of Todd Hartman, the Ambridge High School Steel Drum Band.
cruise. We're going to start where it all began, just like Mark mentioned, on the island of Trinidad and Tobago. And this is something you would hear coming from that island. Our only traditional steel band tune called Conscious Chucky. 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Let's jump back in the boat and go back to the island of Jamaica, Mom. Actually, we're going to Jamaica. We'll go back to Ambridge later. So, anybody been to Jamaica? Anybody, any retired or former Navy seamen, officers? You may have, we often run into a lot of former Navy personnel that when they hear us, it triggers great memories because they'll be down in the Caribbean stationed, and it just brings back good memories. So we got a couple for you coming from the island of Jamaica, Mon, starting with Bob Marley's classic Jammin'. He's one of the founding fathers of that reggae style, and that is also a nice way to get these kids. This whole tour is a great way to expose kids to different cultures and music from those different countries. And Rastafarian religion is where reggae came from, and so Jammin' was one of his popular ones with his band, the Wailers. We'll follow that up with Harry Belafonte music. He wasn't born in Jamaica, but his parents were. And so he was born up in New York, but he was very instrumental. That was a forced pun. In making or influencing popular music in the 50s, bringing that island flavor to some classic hits that I'm sure you recognize. So here we go. say day-o. Daylight come and me wanna go home.
Daylight come and I want to go home.
Daylight come and me wanna go home.
Daylight come and we
Want to go home.
Okay, our next stop on today's cruise, we're going to head over east to Puerto Rico, and we are going to play one of my, I think the band's one of their favorite songs, and it's by Tito Puente, the Latin jazz father, I guess, godfather, I guess you could call him. Here's his most famous song. Watch your volume. I'm going to turn the sticks over to Senior Carter Payne, and I'm going to grab one of the most important instruments. Hopefully it's in here. I didn't make, whoa, I'm by the speaker. Hopefully it's in here. Excuse me. Forgot to get the toy bag out. Okay, we got it. I can get my break. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. nice song to bring to you and warm things up. This is a Caribbean tune called Sun With You. Chop, chop, chop. Thank you. Well, we go beyond Caribbean flavor. And like I said, my whole curriculum is taking these kids on a journey during their 4 years at the high school. And we also get out a lot and do outreach assemblies at other school districts. In fact, we're already booked for the 2 elementaries here in town. We're like a regular act at Osborne and Edgeworth. And did I get that right? Edgeworth? Yeah. I get as the other one, closer to Camp Horn. I get that all. Shaler, area school district's having us in March. And then we, of course, get around to our own buildings. We have 4 other buildings in our district where I use it as an opportunity to recruit and expose the kids. I also take the jazz band with us to all of these outreaches. And then I make a point to send a message that, playing an instrument or singing is so important in life. And that had to happen first before these, if someone could turn the gain down just slightly. I'm hearing a little feedback, if you wouldn't mind. Wherever the gain is for this mic, I think I'm getting close to the speaker, or maybe that's what it is. Anyways, they all started as instrumentalists. We do have a choir member, but she's not here with us today, right? Okay. A little bit later, they'll introduce themselves and tell you what they actually started to play back in 5th or 6th grade. And thank you. And we'll let you know where they're heading, because most of these kids are my seniors. So, but anyways, part of our, what has been successful all these years is doing sort of an evolution of popular music set, so to speak, segment of our assemblies. So we start usually back either in the 40s or 50s. This year we're not starting that far back with swing music. So we're going to jump right to the 50s with rockabilly. Rockabilly style was, made popular by Elvis and Chuck Berry and those guys down in Memphis. And so no drums. It was all on that upright bass, the slap bass, in a very percussive way of playing the upright bass. Today, if you close your eyes, you're going to hear an upright bass. Noah, Alaska. Except he has to move around a little more, than just play up and down a fretboard. So 755-gallon barrels coming to you live by Noah Alaska. We're going to play a tune that has the style, but is more contemporary. We're going to go to 1982, and this was the Stray Cats hit, Rock This Town. 1, 2, 3. we started that. I did that once back in the day, and they loved it and really appreciated it. Little Gene Krupa, and we actually used to play sing, sing, sing. I'm a little out of shape. I wasn't even throwing it down that much. Ask Carter. I mean, that was nothing. But anyways, that was for you guys, because I know this club will appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate that. All right, so how you all feeling right now?
Great.
I know I'm tired. How are you all feeling?
Good. How do you feel?
Wait, how good are you feeling?
So good.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, listen, let's go back to 1964. The Godfather of Soul himself. I'll do my best, James Brown. Are you ready?
Aye, aye, Captain.
No. I was looking for a yeah! Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
How ready are you?
So ready.
So ready. How good do you feel?
So
So good.
All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it?
So good.
How you feeling? So good. So good. Hey! Another sunny song. Got one for you. Let's go move up to the year after I was born. And this guy, he was getting a little jealous, a little tired of not getting any songwriting credits. It was always Lennon and McCartney. Well, George Harrison, feeling down, seeked a little relief at his friend's house, Eric Clapton, by the way. And he was strolling in the back courtyard of Eric Clapton's estate outside of London, and kind of came up with a really catchy tune that celebrates the positivity and the energy of the sun and what it can do to not just the earth, but to the soul.
Good speech. Thank you.
I just made it up. Oh. Here comes the sun. That's why I'm gonna get a sip of water.
Stay hydrated.
That's it, kids. All right, we're out of the 60s. Let's jump into the 70s. Great decade of music. We got two for you. One by the band King Harvest. Anybody hear of King Harvest? Yeah, well, yeah. The only song we knew was a song about a moon. And like I said, on the island of Ambridge, you can also dance in the moonlight. That was about 1974, and then we're going to jump ahead a year after that, following that, and Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons had a great song, and it was, well, we're almost in December, so December 1963, so here we go, a couple of those 70s tunes. the decade I grew up in and graduated in. Yes, I'm old. Yes, kids, I'm definitely my man right here. Alan Freed, say hello to my fellow 86 grad.
2 weeks apart.
2 weeks apart born.
Wow.
How about it? And his name is Alan Freed. Do you know the significance about Alan Freed? Tell him.
He coined the phrase rock and roll.
Yep.
Ah, so you did know. Alan had a daughter in the steel band who graduated 7 years ago. But he still hangs out with us, drives our equipment truck, takes great photos. Awesome photographer.
That's just his way of saying he can't get rid of me.
No, very good friend and a friend of the programs. We couldn't do a lot of things without his help and time. So we really appreciate his efforts. So we're going to jump to 2019. How about that? And this is for the younger kids, and you guys are young too at heart. So I'm not sure you're going to recognize this tune, but it involves some hand clapping. And if I could just have Pietro try to get them to hand clap, at a certain time, special moment. And then, since I'm busy playing at the same time, by the way, we lost our senior drummer about a month ago, right? He just decided to quit school. Made money with his father in the carpentry business. Anyways, but like I said, I have a lot of, you can tell I have a lot of fun. But it's a little difficult trying to MC and play at the same time, but it's going well. I'm learning. I'm getting a little more comfortable. Here we go. Jonas Brothers is who the artist is, and their song was called Sucker. And like I said, get ready for your hand claps. Disney movie Encanto. And I always screw up his name. Manuel?
Lin-Manuel
What,
Miranda.
say it again?
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Thank you. You heard that? Lin-Manuel Miranda. Famous for Hamilton. That was his big moment, and Disney got a hold of him and came up with the song. You don't want to talk about Bruno. So you're going to grab that wireless mic. We just need a wireless mic given to Pietro. Pietro, just stuff it in your
Pocket.
in your pocket, and just make sure it's working.
How you doing, everybody?
Okay. treat because we are getting close to Christmas. I just want to introduce to you our seniors who are going to be graduating this year. Starting with Noah Glasgow, and I'll do a little brief, a quicker version of this instead of passing around the mic. So Noah started off on trombone. He is been involved in 3 of our music, actually 4 if you count music technology. So marching band, concert band, that's one class. Steel band's another class, jazz band. So he fit 3 musics in his schedule. Where are you heading? You know yet?
Probably trade.
A trade. All right, cool. He's gonna make money that way, is basically what that means. We have Amanda Warshak, a very accomplished flautist. So that's what she started off with. And Amanda, I'm so proud to see and know that she is going into music education. So, and again, flute isn't usually used in the jazz band, but she wanted to play music and be with a bunch of cool cats in the jazz band. So she does all 3 music classes too. Wow. As well. Section leader of the flute section. We have Carter Payne, and he started off on trumpet and still plays trumpet in all 3 music classes, plays drums often as well as playing the trumpet. And as you can see, he's on the double tenors. Yeah, double tenors. Carter, do you have any plans? Oh, another music educator. Yeah. We haven't talked much about it. And Brandon Dawson, whose father is the president of the band Boosters, so without his father's support, again, that's so important to have a good booster program. But Brandon is actually a drummer. Go figure, So he's one of the co-captains of the drum line at the high school, and he plays bass drum in the drum line and percussion section, and is also in all 3 music courses in his daily schedule. So give it up for Brandon. And you are very he's undecided, so that's what that. We got Evan Washak. These 2 aren't the only 2. There's a third, and they're triplets. So they're all seniors. And there's a freshman Washak coming up, and another one. Okay, so I got Washak families for forever. The Washak family. All right, Evan Washak started off on saxophone. He's a very accomplished musician as well. Loves music. I mean, he's probably one of the kids that always wants to play when all the other kids are like, we need to do some homework and whatnot. So Evan is also the section leader of the marching band alto section. Where are you heading?
The Army.
In the Army! He's going to the Army and serving for his country. Give it up for that. Back there, our drum major, Josh Holman, plays trumpet. What else? We got him in all 3 courses as well.
Just a cool dude.
Just a general cool dude, yeah, obviously. Where are you heading, Josh?
Music education.
Music education. It's the most I've had in 1 year. Music educators, yeah. And I think that's it, right? All right, we got through it all. I've been, like I said, with the program for 23 years, one of the best groups here. Last year we barely made it after 2 years, a year and a half of the pandemic. I only had 6 seniors last year, but we made it through. Isn't it great that we can now have live music without masks and all that? But again, it's a pleasure to be with these kids every day. They get the class.
Yeah, what about me? Yeah.
You're a junior.
Yeah.
You'll get your moment next year.
Yeah, but I'm the crowd favorite. You said
That's why. We have a question. Go ahead.
Hey, how come you don't use any music staff?
Because I don't. So you
Tell them the real truth.
You're
So
a
you guys
natural.
can see my face.
Yes, he's
you
a
know,
natural.
you can
He's
see,
a natural. Don't
you
listen.
can
He's a
see
natural.
my expression.
Honestly, every spare moment, he's practicing so much that he has everything memorized.
So I have one question.
Go for it, Mark.
Who's the bigger kid, you guys or him?
Oh, him.
Him.
We need to give him a bell to know where he is all the time.
He's all over the place.
I am, honestly, but I have a great time with these kids. They're all top students, first of all. Never have to worry about them being responsible for missed learning or work, class work, when we do daytime performances. Number one in my book and what we kind of, what I've organically developed in our program is awesome character. So I will never stress about their character when we're out in the public. That's very important because we get out a lot. And so it's just kind of naturally happens, and some of the idiots kind of weed themselves out before they even get to the high school. They're like, oh, I'm an idiot. I'm not going to get into the steel band. So, no, but character, number one. Musicality, musicianship, number two.
What about Avery? What about Avery?
She's a junior too.
I know that, but you can't introduce everybody but Avery.
Oh, jeez. Okay, you're right, Alan. Avery Kelly. I was just trying to save time, because I know we're getting word out.
Anybody got a quick question?
Oh, yeah, Avery's.
Are you saying a waste of time?
Waste of time? Wasting time? I don't waste time. All right, here we
All
go.
right, you got one more for us?
One more for the holidays. This is called Pan Christmas. Turn this off. 1 and 2 and 3 and go. Jingle bells.
Maestro Hartman, thank you. Alan, thank you. Thanks for going rock and roll. We really appreciate it. Really. Hey,